But then the transition from Jacinda talking about her escort days and how it was kind of painful to her and Michael having sex was kind of like, was that a conversation that put Michael in the mood, talking about her days as an escort? Seems like it was. What is up, everybody? Here to talk about yesterday's General Hospital episode. Sorry if there's an echo. Gotta record in this room again today. Yesterday's episode was fine on General Hospital. I don't know how I feel about some of the storylines, like the first one that we're going to talk about. When in yesterday's episode, Portia confronted Jordan to see if she is pregnant. Portia says that Jordan made it her business to question Portia when she was first pregnant, and she was questioning Portia lying to Curtis, and now is Jordan doing the same thing to Curtis? Does Curtis have two baby mamas at the same time? It's kind of a lot for Curtis, but especially I feel like both of these women are not exactly, spring chickens to be having babies, but that seems to be the direction the show could possibly be going. It seemed as though Jordan was not completely sure if she was pregnant and certainly did not want to discuss this with Jordan. Portia called Jordan out for not being honest with Curtis and says Curtis doesn't like secrets, and Jordan was lecturing Portia about the same thing. Portia also said that unlike Jordan, she won't blab this information to Curtis. Portia then went to go see Isaiah and tell him about the possible pregnancy. And he had to ask how Portia feels about this and about Jordan and Curtis having a baby after Portia's and Curtis's separation and all of that. There was a time when I first started watching that I really thought I can get behind Portia moving on from Curtis with this Isaiah character. But they really just don't dig deep into this Isaiah character every once in a while when I end up seeing him. Curtis, meanwhile, was on the phone when Aunt Stella found the early pregnancy test. Curtis was too busy yapping that he cut Stella off when she was going to ask him about it. So Stella ended up going to work and calling Jordan, wanting to meet with her. Jordan wants to do it tomorrow, but Stella says it can't wait. It's an urgent conversation to be had. Curtis, meanwhile, got a visit from his daughter, Trina, and Curtis right now is grateful that Trina is making an effort with Jordan. I'm just glad they're still not writing Trina like she's 14 years old in that whole my parents are separating storyline. So at least they've moved Trina out of that phase, it seems. As for Jordan, though, she did get questioned by Stella about Stella's concerns that Jordan might be pregnant. Jordan asked if Stella was snooping. She said no, she just found it. Jordan said obviously she hasn't used it and she hasn't told Curtis because she doesn't know if it will be necessary. She talked about how a pregnancy would be high risk for her because she only has one kidney. And so Stella asked if that meant she might terminate it. And Jordan seems like she might terminate it because of that. Jordan says that she doesn't want to keep this secret from Curtis, but she's not sure if Curtis will understand that she might need to end the pregnancy because of her condition with one kidney. Stella wants Jordan to take the test and not torture herself for no reason and not even know if she's pregnant. So yeah, hopefully Jordan will take the test and we can see if Curtis has two babies on the way. Don't love the storyline altogether. It's on one side is too much, and on the other side it's kind of boring. So it's what I would expect from General Hospital with their writing for most of these characters in the storyline. Speaking of other directions I'm quite unsure of, Michael and Jacinda got together and had some cozy time. They ended up talking about Charlotte's rebellious streak and how Jacinda is protective of Charlotte at work and always having to keep an eye on her because Jacinda said that Charlotte reminds her of herself when she was younger. She doesn't want Charlotte to make the same mistakes and have her life go off the rails like hers did, We got some background into Jacinda about how when she was around Charlotte's age, very young, teenager, she ended up moving in with a boyfriend and she couldn't make ends meet no matter how many jobs. And that's how she became an escort. And that's how Jacinda was living that painful life. But then the transition from Jacinda talking about her escort days and how it was kind of painful to her and Michael having sex was kind of like, was that a conversation that put Michael in the mood, talking about her days as an escort? Seems like it was. I don't love this pairing for Michael. I think Rory Gibson is doing an excellent job at playing Michael, but they just don't want to give him a love interest that can match his energy. Jacinda does not match his energy, and they certainly don't have, great chemistry. Then Olivia ended up finding them kind of naked together in the afterglow of their sex, which was further pretty awkward. So I want to like Michael and Jacinda because I do like Rory Gibson's portrayal of Michael, but it didn't exactly work for me yesterday, and I did find it odd that it was after the escort talk that they had sex because, some people might have been turned off by that, but not Michael. Jason and Sonny had a conversation. Once again, another example of General Hospital doing good with their friendships. That's what I talked about with last Friday's episode. That is probably General Hospital's greatest strength in the writing, and it kind of always has been. I always feel like GH is a soap opera more about friendships and relationships than other soap operas with families. A lot of soap operas like to write family stories and the intertwining of families and families fighting together. Not so much GH, but that's not a bad thing because they do good with friendship, and this is one of those examples again. Another one of Jason's friends in Sonny. Jason's idea seems to be to eliminate Callum on his way out when he and Britt go out of town together to get away for a while with this whole WSB storyline, which means Jason won't be around to help Sonny take down Sidwell. Sonny would like to help Jason with taking out Callum, but Jason thinks he's the best man for the job. Sonny thinks that if this all goes right for both of them, they could be free of Sidwell, and he and Laura will be free of that son of a bitch, as Sonny said. But a lot of this discussion just kind of was... It's just... Jason and Sonny seem a little washed up with the whole mob thing on this show, that they can't really come up with a real plan to take down Sidwell. I kind of get why it would be harder to mess with the WSB, because it's this big network that can sometimes be dirty, but Sidwell, I don't know. I don't know if I love how clawless Sonny and Jason are these days. They are very declawed, but at the same time, the mob stuff has been very played out on the show for a long time. Laura and the Ezra character talked about doing Sidwell's request, Laura being the mayor, and Sidwell basically paying her off and having her under his thumb because of the whole, I don't remember the character's name, but that doctor character who ended up dead and was found in her trunk. That's the blackmail that has Laura doing what Sidwell wants as the mayor. Tracy came over to complain. Always great to see Tracy, one of the best characters on this show. We see her more than Ava, my other favorite character on the show. I haven't seen Ava in the 6 episodes I've been reviewing. It's a shame, really. But Tracy came over accusing Laura of being bribed. Martin was there and got into it with Tracy. Don't love the Martin character, but I do love the Tracy character. And then the other storyline was Molly and Cody. We're still going on and on about Molly's endometriosis. It's just, I don't care about Molly and Cody. I'm going to say this every time they're in an episode. I think we're stuck with them again in today's episode that I will review tomorrow. The Molly and Cody relationship does nothing for me. It seems like it's going to be some miracle baby for Molly. I don't care though, and I don't think they're ever going to make me care about these two as a couple or their storylines in general. So While yesterday was a fine enough episode, still do think that General Hospital could use some better stories of their own. They are a notch above Beyond the Gates in terms of storylines, and it's mostly because General Hospital has so many different storylines. But a lot of them are falling flat for me right now, but I'm going to keep reviewing at least for the time being.